Hello everyone, welcome to Tommy's Station. Today's video is called Tommy's 37 DCC, a 47 and a special guest, plus a car question at the end. So we'll set the ball rolling with my Bachmann Class 37, which was DCC. I'll explain a bit more now as it comes around. As I've been going through my locos, servicing them, cleaning the pickups and contacts, I thought I'll bring my DCC, one and only DCC loco, out of its box and give it a check over. So we bring it to a gentle stop. Now then, just let me put my display stand up. Okay, so when time for testing it, things were okay. It started off, then it started coughing and spluttering, and then the interior lights were flashing, and I tried everything with my controller, which I'm sure you know. Here we are. There's my, it's a bit grubby. Anyway, so I set it all up, and nothing worked. It wouldn't run. Normally the engine would start up and the handbrake or the brakes would come off, and you'd hear the diesel effects. When I took this apart, I found here where my finger is some corrosion, and I think it was the interior lights. From when I followed the wires back, I think it was the interior lighting. So there we go. I wasn't going to bother repairing it because it's just not, for me it's not worth it. I don't use my DCC loco. Well, I had two. I had a black 5 and this one. Now this was in BR blue. It's called Viking. So I've changed the livery to my darker shade of green, which is more like the new Great Western livery. So I've got the lights working, front and rear, but the interior lights, I think there's a short. Anyway, it's a runner, and to be honest, I don't mind if it's just DC. I can remember this being a very expensive loco, and it wasn't getting used. That's probably part of the reason why it had a defect. It just wasn't being used. It was well over a year ago since I last had it out of its box. I'll just pan down. There we are. So there we go. Class 37 diesel Viking BR blue DCC sound. Not anymore, it doesn't. Anyway, there we go. It's up over the gradient. Now, because this is 6-wheel drive and 12-wheel pickup, actually it's 12-wheel drive. What am I talking about? I'm wondering how much of a puller this would be. So I've already done a tanker pulling thing with my Hornby 37. So I wonder how this would fare. Let it come round once again. These are quite robust. I mean, the motor's huge. And it's 512 grams, so it's a weighty loco. Very well made. I'll pick the speed up a touch. Yeah, the BR blue just didn't suit my layout because I'm trying to keep this from 50s and 60s. Very nice runner, very nice indeed. Nice and smooth and quiet. It's like my Black 5, that really got used as well, and then when it developed a fault, I put that back to DC, and that gets used far more frequently. So this one will probably get more use now, which is better for it. It's not good to have them just in a box for years. Let's pan around to the town end. Takes a while to get through the tunnel. Here we go. Right, so we stop that one there. Now my next loco is one that I modified almost 2 years ago, and it's this. It's my Class 47 Lookalike. This is a Mahano 70000 body on a Pico BR182 Taurus chassis. Again, superbly smooth and quiet, typical Pico. The Taurus, because I don't use electrified locos, I decided to make a diesel, more in keeping with what I have. So this was cut down. They're very long, this type of loco. I think it was over 3 centimeters I cut out of it. And again, this was over 2 years ago, so it's been a while. When I was going through my cutting down body routines. And this one, the body is held on with the buffers, and it was such a close resemblance to the Pico body that I was able to use the Mahano buffers to lock the chassis into place as it was originally. There we go, we bring that to a gentle stop. And my camera stops playing up. Right, so we'll stop that one there. Now then, let's see if I've got this going the right way. Yeah. Let's see who's coming around. It is coming. Eric from Railways 187 has often asked about my Mini Me, and here it is. This is for you, Eric. So I'll stop it just in front of the 47 Lookalike. So this was the same. This was a Mahano 70000 loco, which was a terribly bad runner. So basically, I bought two. So the 47 Lookalike has the Mahano body, and Mini Me is a cut down version of the Mahano body, and it's on a Pico Ludmilla chassis, but from the hobby range. So they were never good runners. So basically the Ludmilla body now is on one of my Pico BR218 chassis. So without being too complicated, I've used the bodies and the motors instead of dumping them in a bin. So here we go. This has like a square type motor, 3-pole, which are noisy. That's why when I bought the Ludmilla, I didn't realise it was the cheapest version available, and it was a terrible runner. Anyway, it's not too bad as a mini-me. Actually pulls with the bogie is a self-contained bogie with its own pickups and everything. There's nothing, no extra wiring or anything. There we go. Bring that to a gentle stop. Okay, so today's Guess the Car is what make and type of vehicle is the one in the garage being worked on. So this will be a teaser. So what make and type of car is being worked on in the garage? Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye now.